Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Haley and you're watching Between the Pages. I have an unboxing for you today, and that is this month's YA Owlcrate fantasy. I did not order the adult fantasy just because it didn't really interest me, and it was by an author that I've not really had a great experience with the first time, so I just decided to skip that one. I do have a special edition coming, Rebel Witch, finally shipped, which is the sequel to Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli, I think is how you pronounce her last name. So that should be coming sometime this week or early. No, it probably should be here this week or by the weekend, but we'll see with the USPS, who really knows. So I, again, did not look up the theme because I always forget to do that, so I'll put it right here. And the book is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. I was already planning on purchasing this, just going off the way it's marketed, and it just sounds really interesting, and I will overlay the original cover as per usual so you guys can see what the differences are. We do have some stenciled edges, and they're very pretty. That was the first thing my mom said when I opened it. She's like, "Ooh, I like the edges." I'm like, well, they're called stenciled edges. So I'm slowly educating her about different customizations and stuff of books. So the back says, "Maybe that's all love is in the end, an endless tempting of fate." And we have like a bloody scythe. So the inside, oh my goodness. I mean, the outside's pretty too, but I love the in pages. It says 1,000 years of you in foiling, and the back says, "Until we meet again, my love." And then these end pages, oh my god, I love them. They're gorgeous. I love them so much. It says, "Year after year, century after century, new flowers from old roots, an eternal seed from which life will always bloom." And we have our two love interests, and then we have more character art with those two. It says, "And I love you, and I have loved you, and I will love you." So I'm so excited for this book. Can you tell? And then of course we have reversible dust jacket art. It's just plain art, so I won't be flipping it. So now we're gonna find out what it's about, and this is why I wanted it in the first place. It says, "The invisible life of Addie LaRue meets This Is How You Lose the Time War in this fantastical and epic story that defies death as two souls reincarnate through the centuries." So I am a huge fan of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I actually want to reread it soon, maybe sometime this year or later this year. I'm not quite sure where. Depends on where readathons and TBRs fall and things like that, but I really want to reread The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I actually had Addie and Luke in my, I'm doing a March Madness OTP thing on my Tumblr, and I put Addie and Luke up against Eric and Sookie from the Southern Vampire Mysteries, Sookie Stackhouse, True Blood, and sadly Addie and Luke got no votes. So I will link my Tumblr for you in the description box, so if you want to go start voting in that and get some of our favorite couples some votes, because they're sadly losing. But moving on from that little side tangent, Evelyn can remember all her past lives. She can also remember that in every single one, she's been murdered before her 18th birthday by Arden, a supernatural being linked to her soul. The problem is that she's quite fond of the life she's in now, and her little sister needs her in order to stay alive. If Evelyn wants to save her sister, she'll have to find the centuries-old devil who hunts her through each life before they find her first, figure out why she's being hunted, and finally break their curse and try not to fall in love again. So this also reminds me of The Stars Are Dying, because in that book, the two characters are like inextricably linked, and he's like always linked to her downfall. Spoiler alert. But yeah, this is just so pretty, and I cannot wait to read this. When am I going to read this? I have no freaking idea. Who is surprised? I always get really pretty books from Owlcrate, and then I'm like, I don't know when I'm going to read this because I really don't know when I'm going to read it. So yeah, that was my unboxing for this month's YA Fantasy Owlcrate, and I will see you guys later.